Hey guys, today I'm here with my housemate and also fellow architect, Lucy Wren. Lucy's graduating this year, so we've got a lot of information and knowledge to grill her on. And we're going to be doing an interview, aren't we?
Yep, in another video though.
In this video we're going to be doing a quick fire questions round. We've written loads of topics in here. I guess things that we wish that we knew, slash things
just
that... Useful tips.
So we're going to pick them out and then we'll both give our answer to it.
So you get two opinions.
Choose your favourite.
Choose your favourite.
Here we go. Okay. Work in studio or at home?
I like working at home.
I like working in studio.
Why do you like working at studio?
I feel like you can sneak on other people, see what they're doing. It's good to like get the vibe of what everyone else is doing, check out how you're doing in comparison. I don't know, some people don't like that. Advice for all-nighters.
Well, you haven't had an all-nighter, have you?
I haven't done an all-nighter in my degree. It is possible to do a degree without doing an all-nighter. You don't have to. There's a bit of pressure, I feel, to do all-nighters.
I mean, even if you don't do an all-nighter, you're going to be working a lot. Like, you say that you haven't done one.
I mean, it's not like I haven't worked till like 5 AM and gone to bed, but...
So a lot of people would say that is an all-nighter. Paper sizes. What is your advice?
So you kind of have to learn the different paper sizes, like A4, A3, A2, A1, A0, especially in first year. It's good to learn those measurements.
So you need to know your paper sizes when you're setting up pages on Photoshop or InDesign, so you can like just easily type it in quickly.
3 tips for presenting orthographic sections.
Choose a good section that has a lot going on. Put a lot of people in it and make sure you have shadows. And you've got a really good tip about shadows.
This is just a presentation style, but there's like 2 types of shadows that I use. One is like the official shadow that you get from your software.
It's like the hard shadow.
Hard shadow that the walls create from the sunlight. And then second is like how far things away are from the viewer or camera. So if it's further away, you can put like a little fadey bit that's like a perspective shadow almost. 3 tips for surviving a 2-hour lecture.
Food.
Bring your crisps, bring your sandwiches.
You get a break halfway through, go get a coffee, something like that.
Get nice pens, because it's much nicer writing with a nice pen than like a biro or something.
That is true, and nice paper. Okay, playlist recommendations.
Depends what you're doing. There's some work that's like you have to think about it a lot, and there's some work that's just very manual.
Podcasts are really good. If you listen to a podcast on something related to the thing that you're designing, you might learn something and it might like help what you're doing. I mean, just Spotify playlists, and also, I mean, follow me on Spotify.
She's got a good playlist.
Shout out.
Good playlist.
Thank you.
I follow her playlist.
There you go. Okay. Contacting staff members. You contact staff members more than me.
I do contact staff members. They're very useful. Like some projects, you just don't know what to do, and you just have to talk to someone, and staff are there to tell you what to do, basically. Like, you're paying the uni. Be
careful when you're contacting staff members, because if they take a register in your lecture, we have lecturers that won't be as nice to you if you haven't been to lectures as if you have.
Should you live with architects? We clearly decided to live with architects.
We have another housemate that is also an architect, and then live with 2 counsellors, so it's a bit of a mix.
I think if it was pure architects, that would be a stressful house.
A lot of people do live with architects, and I think it's because you spend a lot of time in studio. Chances are you will become better friends with people that you're in studio with. A lot of people also like having the break from being around architects, so if you don't live with architects, you kind of have another life.
You can have like your time at home that's completely separate.
But yeah, just live with your friends, and as long as you've got good friends, then it doesn't really matter. Uni printers or external printers?
Printing can get very expensive. The uni does do a bit of a discounted price. You do have to put the effort in yourself, so you have to like send it to the printer and like watch it all come out and stuff. If you get it externally, they obviously do all that for you, and it takes away a lot of the pressure. Alternatives to AutoCAD. So AutoCAD is the software that you can draw orthographic drawings on. I think when you first start, it is a bit of a tricky software, so some people do use alternatives. So I used Illustrator. I know some people use InDesign.
If you want to be an architect and you're studying architecture, then invest in the skills of like using the proper software for things, because that is what is expected of you after. But you can get away with not. Things to consider when you're designing.
Things like lighting, acoustics, the flow of people around a building.
Who's going to be using the building, so your client, different types of access. If you're designing for deaf, blind, any sort of like disability, you need to consider that. Refer to your brief and your tutors will let you know. Learning architectural language. What is architectural language first?
Language. It's a whole new foreign language you have to learn.
So what we mean by architectural language is there's loads of words in architecture that people will sort of like use as if you know them. When you a fresher, you really don't know what they mean. Words like typology and precedent and
timber, like
timber.
People don't call it wood, it's timber. And I was like,
yeah.
Stop calling it
so
timber.
some of the things you'll know what it means, but you wouldn't naturally use it. I wouldn't worry about it. It was something that kind of scared me at first in a way. I was just a bit like, it
like
makes you feel out of place.
Yeah, but you'll get used to it really fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's again something that you pick up along your degree, and by third, fourth year, you'll be like, oh yeah, obviously. And there's still words that I don't understand, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, whatever.
Panels or booklets. So this is kind of like presentation for your final project. I tend to use more panels. You do more booklets.
I do more booklets. I've really got into booklets this year. You can put a lot more information in it. Your final presentation is kind of, if you were in a job, that is like everything that you would show the client. Ask your studio leader what they like and generally do what they want, because my studio leader was quite into booklets as well.
Lunch on studio days.
I'm really bad and I normally buy a jacket potato, so I didn't bring anything in. But you can, in studio they have kettles.
Yeah,
and
a microwave. Yeah. What I've done in the past is like make 5 sandwiches and then freeze them all, and then just like pull them out when you want, and it'll like defrost throughout the day. Another
thing that people like doing is getting like rice pots or noodle pots, and because there's hot water, you just make it there and it's cheap and quick.
Because there's a kettle as well, you can make tea whenever you want. So like bring in your little box of tea. I bought like a pack of the little UHT milks. I think there's like loads for £6 on Amazon, and then you can make tea as much as you want.
So breakdown of modules. So an architecture studio is your main module, and that counts for about 30 credits. And then you also have other modules around that: humanities, history, philosophy, and tectonics, and they're all related to architecture, and they're all designed so that it feeds into your studio projects. Studio's like the heart of it, and then all the other ones are around. Mm-hmm. Is that a good way of describing it? It's like a body of
studio
architecture.
Is like where you feel like you're an architect. Choosing your project brief. It depends what year you're in, I think, and like where you are. Like sometimes the brief is just given to you.
You're always given some degree of choice. In first year it was more which site you're on. Normally that would dictate which brief.
The third year you like choose everything, and someone chose the site that was literally closest to their house.
You have to consider what is going to get you the best grade. Choosing something that has enough like research around it, especially for third year, I think. Favourite font types?
I like Montserrat.
I like Helvetica.
Some people just do Arial for the whole 3 years. Like Arial headline, Arial paragraph. Just keep it simple.
Revit or SketchUp?
I love Revit.
So you were saying that a lot of companies like Revit.
Yeah, so in my research for getting a job, I think that the program that they look for is Revit at the moment. I don't know if that's just like where I've been looking. That if you can do Revit, then I think you have a good chance of getting a job.
When you want to integrate with engineering companies, they work in the like engineering type of Revit. And there's this whole thing of BIM and like using everything on the same software. And yeah, I think in the future it probably will change from Revit, so you'll always be learning new softwares in architecture, I think in the future.
Yeah. Having said that, SketchUp is still a useful tool. It's very good for like the early stages of designing. You can move things around a lot quicker and easier, so it's definitely something worth learning. 3 tips for technical plans. Don't make it too busy. Some people don't even put people in. I didn't put people in mine. Don't use the trees from Revit, use nice ones. Black and white is normally what people do. If you want to add colour, make sure it's worth its time. Alright, so we've answered all the questions now. If there's anything that we didn't talk about, leave it in the comments and I'll get back and reply to you. We could also do another video. Lucy's going to be doing an interview with me soon, so if you want to see that, subscribe and it will be the next thing popping up. Sweet. See ya soon.